I should have known something was wrong when my agent sent me 12 exclamation marks in one text message. Miho. Amazing opportunity. Luxury resort photography. 3 days. 50 million won. 50 million won. That's rent for a year. That's my student loans cut in half. That's finally fixing the crack in my camera lens that makes every photo look like it has a mysterious hair in it. So yes, I ignored every single red flag and said yes. Now I'm clinging to a piece of driftwood in the middle of the ocean, watching my camera bag sink into the depths, and reconsidering every life choice that led me here. The storm came out of nowhere. At least that's what the captain shouted before abandoning ship like we were in some disaster movie. Turns out luxury corporate retreat actually meant rickety boat during typhoon season. My agent is going to get such a strongly worded email. If I survive, a wave slams into me and everything goes dark. I wake up coughing salt water onto pristine white sand. My lungs burn. My head pounds. But I'm alive. The beach stretches endlessly in both directions, backed by dense tropical forest. In the distance, I can see a massive modern mansion that looks like it belongs in an architecture magazine. Solar panels, floor-to-ceiling windows, the works. Thank God. Civilization. I stagger toward it looking like a drowned rat. My clothes are plastered to my body. My hair is full of seaweed. Very dignified. This is exactly how I wanted to ask for help. I'm halfway up the pristine stone pathway when I hear them. Look. A mermaid. 2 identical children come barreling toward me. Tiny humans with matching faces and completely different expressions. One is grinning like I'm the best thing they've ever seen. The other looks more cautious but equally curious. I start, but suddenly I have 2 5-year-olds wrapped around my legs. You smell like flowers, the enthusiastic one announces, face pressed into my soaking wet shirt. Like our... Hanol, don't be rude, the cautious one interrupts, but she's also sniffing me. But you do smell really nice. What is happening? I was in a shipwreck, I explain, gently trying to detach them. I need to call someone or find a phone or... You can stay with us. Hanol, I think that's the boy, declares. Right, Bile? The girl, Bile, nods seriously. Papa will let you stay. He lets everyone stay if we ask nicely. I don't think you're Papa. What is going on here? The voice is cold, sharp, and absolutely terrifying. I look up, and oh no. The man striding toward us is possibly the most intimidating person I've ever seen. Tall, broad-shouldered, with the kind of face that probably makes stock markets tremble. His suit probably costs more than my entire year's income. He's looking at me like I'm something unpleasant he stepped in. This must be Papa. Who are you and why are my children calling you Mommy? He demands. I blink. I'm sorry, what? Mommy. Mommy's here. Hanol is bouncing. The ocean sent us a mommy. I'm a man. I practically screech. I'm a 28-year-old man who pays taxes. The intimidating alpha, because of course he's an alpha, I can smell the aggressive pheromones from here, looks at me like I'm insane. Obviously you're a man. That doesn't explain why you're on my private island dripping seawater on my imported Italian stone. Private island? Of course. There was a shipwreck, I say, trying to sound calm and not like I'm 2 seconds from losing it. I'm a photographer. I was supposed to be going to a resort shoot, but the boat sank and I washed up here, and I'm very sorry about your imported stones. He smells like Ama's soap. Bile interrupts, still clinging to me. The lavender one. The alpha's expression does something complicated. Pain flashes across his face before the cold mask returns. That's coincidence, he says firmly. Let go of the stranger. But Papa. Now. The children reluctantly release me. I immediately feel colder without their tiny furnace bodies attached. I just need to use a phone, I say quietly. I'll call someone to pick me up and get out of your hair. The alpha studies me for a long moment. I resist the urge to fidget under his intense gaze. The boats don't run during storm season, he finally says. It's too dangerous. The earliest pickup would be 3 weeks. My stomach drops. 3 weeks. Unless you'd like to swim back to the mainland. His tone suggests he wouldn't mind if I tried. Papa, he can stay in the guest house? Hanul pipes up. Please. Absolutely not. We'll be good. Bile adds. We promise. I watch something shift in the alpha's face. He's trying to be stern, but these kids have him wrapped around their tiny fingers. Fine, he says through gritted teeth. 3 weeks. Guest house. You stay away from my children. The children cheer like they've won the lottery. I'm stuck on a private island with the world's most hostile alpha and 2 kids who think the ocean delivered them a parent. This is either the worst thing that's ever happened to me, or the universe has a really weird sense of humor. The alpha, I still don't know his name, turns on his heel and walks away. I'm Hanul, the boy says brightly. That's Bile. What's your name? Miho, I answer weakly. Lee Minho. Miho mommy. Hanul tests out, giggling. Just Miho is fine. Come on, Miho. Bile grabs my hand. We'll show you everything. As the twins drag me toward the guest house, chattering about their favorite hiding spots and how their papa is grumpy but nice really, I realize something. I left Seoul to escape my problems. I think I just crashed into completely different ones. 3 days into my unplanned island vacation, I've learned several things about Kang Jihoon. Yes, I finally got his name from the housekeeper. 1. He owns half of Seoul's tech industry. 2. He takes his coffee black and his schedule rigid. 3. He watches me play with his children from his office window and thinks I don't notice. I notice everything. It's literally my job as a photographer. Right now, I notice he's been pacing in his study for 20 minutes while I help the twins build a blanket fort in the living room. Miho, you're doing it wrong. Hanul criticizes, trying to balance a pillow on his head. There's a wrong way to build a fort? Papa's forts never fall down, Bile says loyally. Of course they don't. I bet Kang Jihoon engineers structurally sound blanket forts with load-bearing pillows. The study door opens. Jihoon emerges looking like he's about to fire someone. His jaw is tight, his shoulders tense. He looks at me, then at the collapsing fort, then back at me. We need to talk, he says. The twins gasp dramatically. Are you in trouble? Hanul whispers. Probably, I mutter, following Jihoon into his intimidating chrome and glass office. He gestures to a leather chair. I sit, feeling like I'm at the world's worst job interview. He sits across from me, fingers steepled, looking every inch the billionaire alpha. I have a proposition, he begins. My stomach twists. If this is about leaving early, it's about staying longer. I blink. What? Jihoon looks uncomfortable, which is somehow worse than when he looks angry. I'm in the middle of a critical business merger. 500 billion won. The biggest deal of my career. Congratulations. The CEO I'm negotiating with is old-fashioned. Traditional. He believes single alpha parents are too unstable for major business partnerships. Jihoon's expression darkens. He keeps bringing his Omega spouse to meetings. Keeps asking about my domestic situation. My board is pressuring me to fix my image problem. Understanding dawns slowly, horribly. You want me to what exactly? Pretend to be courting me. Just for the business dinners. A few weeks, maybe a month. He says it like he's discussing stock options, not asking me to fake date him. You'd be compensated generously. I laugh. It comes out slightly hysterical. This is insane. You don't even like me. My personal feelings are irrelevant. Wow, romantic. I stand up. Thanks, but no thanks. I'll wait out my 3 weeks and leave. 50 million won. I freeze halfway to the door. Plus your student loans paid in full, Jihoon continues, voice carefully neutral. And funding for a photography exhibition. Anywhere you want. My legs feel weak. That's everything. That's my entire life transformed. That's freedom. Why me? I ask, hating how my voice shakes. For the first time, Jihoon looks almost human. Uncertain. The twins like you. They haven't liked anyone since. He stops. Clears his throat. And you're genuine. Choi values authenticity. You couldn't fake corporate polish if you tried. Again, so romantic. This is business, Miho. Business. But I turn around slowly. If I agree, and that's if I want conditions. Jihoon raises an eyebrow. Such as, you actually spend time with your kids. Real time. Not watching from windows like some brooding drama character. His jaw tightens. I spend time. You work 16-hour days. Hanol told me you forgot their school performance last month. Guilt flashes across his face. Got him. Fine, he says quietly. What else? I want this in writing. Every term. Every boundary. And the moment you treat me like actual property instead of a person doing you a favor, I'm out. Agreed. We stare at each other. The air feels electric, charged with something I don't want to name. One more thing, I add. The twins can't know it's fake. Jihoon frowns. Why? Because they're kids. They're already attached to me. If they think we're really together and then I disappear. I shake my head. We tell them we're getting to know each other. Taking it slow. That's not technically a lie. Something softens in Jihoon's expression. You're protecting them. Someone has to. The words hang heavy between us. Jihoon looks away first. I'll have my lawyer draft a contract, he says. We start practicing tomorrow. Practicing turns out to mean the most awkward week of my life. Day 1. Jihoon tries to teach me about business etiquette. I accidentally use the salad fork for the main course. He looks pained. It's just a fork, I protest. It's a symbol of social competence. It's a tiny piece of metal. Day 3. I try to teach Jihoon how to play with his kids. He builds them an educational robotics kit. They want to play tag. Papa, you're supposed to run. Bio giggles. Running is inefficient, Jihoon says seriously. I grab his hand and drag him across the lawn. It's called fun. Try it. His hand is warm in mine. I drop it quickly, face heating. Day 5. We practice looking like a couple at dinner. The housekeeper, Mrs. Park, watches us like we're a comedy show. You need to sit closer, she says, barely hiding her smile. Jihoon moves his chair 1 inch closer. Oh my God. I grab his chair and yank it right next to mine. We're supposed to be courting, not negotiating a hostage situation. Personal space is important. So is looking believable. Our faces are inches apart. I can see golden flecks in his dark eyes. Smell his cedar scent mixing with my lavender. His gaze drops to my lips for just a second. Better, Mrs. Park says smugly. We spring apart like we've been electrocuted. Day 7. The twins accidentally lock us in the wine cellar. This is suspicious. I call through the door. We didn't mean to. Hanol's voice is way too innocent. The door just closed. Bile adds, giggling. Jihoon sighs, pulling out his phone. No signal underground. Of course. We sit on the floor, backs against opposite walls. They're menaces, I say. They're strategic, Jihoon corrects, but there's fondness in his voice. Silence stretches. Then quietly, thank you. I look up, surprised. For what? For making them laugh again. After their Amma died, they stopped laughing for months. Then you washed up like some ridiculous gift from the ocean, and suddenly they're children again. My throat tightens. Tell me about them. Their favorite things. What makes them happy? And there, in the dim wine cellar, Jihoon talks. Really talks. About Hanol's obsession with space. Bile's secret talent for drawing. The way they still climb into his bed during thunderstorms. His voice cracks once. I pretend not to notice. When Mrs. Park finally finds us 2 hours later, something has shifted. This fake relationship suddenly feels dangerously close to something real. The invitation arrives the next morning. Choi Corporation. Formal dinner. 2 weeks away. Jihoon finds me photographing the twins on the beach. It's time, he says simply. I look at Hanol and Bile building sandcastles, at Jihoon's carefully neutral expression, at the future I'm stepping into. Okay, I breathe. Let's do this. What could possibly go wrong? The suit Jihoon bought me costs more than my car. Well, more than my car would cost if I could afford a car. I stare at myself in the mirror. Charcoal gray, perfectly tailored, making me look like I belong in Jihoon's world. It's terrifying. You look handsome, Bile says from my doorway, clutching her stuffed star. Papa's going to think so too, Hanul adds with a knowing grin. This is just for business, I remind them. And myself. Aha. Hanul sounds completely unconvinced. That's why he's been staring at that picture of you for 20 minutes. What picture? The one where you're laughing with us on the beach. He keeps it on his desk now. My heart does something complicated. He's just monitoring his assets. Even I don't believe that anymore. The first Choi dinner is at an exclusive restaurant on the mainland. Jihoon's helicopter, because of course he has a helicopter, deposits us on a rooftop landing pad. Remember, Jihoon murmurs as we enter, his hands settling on my lower back. Be yourself. Just the filtered version. So lie. Strategically omit. Seo Choi Youngsik is exactly as insufferable as I imagined. Silver-haired, alpha-proud, with a smile that never reaches his eyes. His Omega spouse, Min Seo-jun, is beautiful and knows it. Designer everything, perfect posture, looking at me like I'm dirt on expensive shoes. So you're Jihoon's companion, Seo-jun says, voice dripping with false sweetness. How quaint. Partner, Jihoon corrects, voice like ice. His hand tightens on my back. Dinner is a battlefield disguised as fine dining. I answer questions about my photography. Seo-jun somehow makes "how artistic" sound like an insult. Choi interrogates Jihoon about profit margins while watching us for signs of weakness. Then Seo-jun leans in conspiratorial. You know, Jihoon, I heard Minho is from Busan. Public school, wasn't it? The table goes quiet. Yes, I say clearly, lifting my chin. Scholarship student. Worked 3 jobs through university. I'm very proud of that. Jihoon's hand finds mine under the table. Squeezes once. How inspiring, Seo-jun says with a pitying smile. I want to throw my water in their face. Instead, I squeeze back. We survive. Barely. In the helicopter home, Jihoon is silent until, you were perfect. I was ready to commit violence. I know. That's what made it perfect. He almost smiles. Choi's assistant called. He wants another dinner next week. Victory should feel better than this. The days blur together. More dinners. More fake smiles. More of Jihoon's hand on my back, my shoulder, once briefly touching my face when Seo-jun was watching. The touches start feeling less fake. We fall into routines. Morning coffee together while the twins sleep. Evening walks on the beach after video calls with investors. Jihoon teaches me about his business. I teach him about composition and light. You see beauty in unexpected places, he observes one sunset, watching me photograph rust patterns on the dock. You see patterns in chaos, I counter. Your whole life is organized chaos, perfectly controlled. Not anymore. His voice is strange. Not since you arrived. Before I can process that, my phone rings. The twins' school. Parent conference tomorrow. I'll handle it, Jihoon says automatically. We'll both go, I hear myself say. Partners, remember? Something warm flashes in his eyes. The teacher assumes I'm the Omega parent. I don't correct her. Neither does Jihoon. We sit side by side, listening to praise about the twins' improvement. They're so much happier lately, the teacher says. Whatever you're doing at home, keep doing it. Jihoon's hand finds mine again. This time, no one's watching. We don't let go the entire meeting. Everything falls apart on a Tuesday. I wake up feeling wrong. Feverish. Sensitive. My skin feels too tight. No. I'm going into heat. I haven't had one in years. Suppressants kept them away. But stress, emotional upheaval, and apparently fake dating a billionaire alpha have triggered one. I barely make it to my bathroom before the first wave hits. Someone pounds on my door. Minho. Jihoon's voice, concerned. You missed breakfast. The twins are worried. Go away. My voice comes out weak, desperate. Silence. Then, you're in heat. It's not a question. Alphas can smell it. I'm fine. Just leave me alone. Like hell. The door opens. He has a master key, of course. Jihoon takes one look at me, curled on the bathroom floor, and his expression shifts to pure determination. I'm getting suppressants and water. Don't move. Hint, the twins. Mrs. Park has them. Focus on breathing. The next 2 days are a fever dream. Jihoon camps outside my door, passing supplies through. Never entering. Never taking advantage. Why are you doing this? I ask during a lucid moment, voice hoarse. Because you're. He stops. Starts again. Because someone should take care of you. This wasn't in the contract. Forget the contract, Miho. When the heat breaks, I find him asleep against my door, dark circles under his eyes. He's been there the whole time. Something in my chest cracks open. The final Choi dinner arrives too soon. I'm still weak, emotionally raw. But the merger depends on this. Everything goes wrong immediately. Seo Jun is vicious tonight. Comments about my convenient heat, implications about gold digging, barely veiled classism. I endure it. For Jihoon. For the deal. Then Choi speaks. Honestly, Jihoon, you could do so much better. This Omega is clearly. Careful. Jihoon's voice could freeze fire. Very careful about your next words. I'm simply saying you've settled for someone so ordinary. Surely for a merger of this magnitude. Jihoon stands abruptly. The merger is off. My blood turns to ice. Jihoon. Get out of my sight, Choi. The deal is dead. You're throwing away 500 billion won for someone worth infinitely more than your blood money. Yes. Jihoon looks at me, eyes blazing. Some things matter more than profit. Choi and Seo Jun leave, furious. The restaurant goes quiet. I can't breathe. What did you do? What I should have done the first time he insulted you. That was everything. Your company, your reputation. You think I care? Jihoon grabs my shoulders. You think any of that matters more than? He stops himself. But I see it in his eyes. The boats, I whisper. You said they weren't running. Guilt flashes across his face. How long, Jihoon? How long have they been running? A week, he admits quietly. Maybe more. The betrayal cuts deeper than it should. You lied. This whole time, I could have left and you lied. Because I didn't want you to leave. His composure finally cracks. Because somewhere between the shipwreck and now, this stopped being fake and I didn't know how to tell you. The restaurant spins. I need air. I stumble toward the exit. Miho, wait. Just don't. I make it to the helicopter pad before the tears come. I've ruined everything. His business, his future, his children's security. And the worst part? I'm in love with him. I'm in love with Kang Jihoon, and I've destroyed his life. I'm throwing clothes into my duffel bag when the twins find me. Miho. Bile's voice is small, terrified. Where are you going? My hands freeze on a shirt. I can't look at them. I have to leave, sweetheart. No. Hanul launches himself at my legs. You can't. You promised you'd teach me constellations. Your papa will. Papa needs you. Bile's crying now, fat tears rolling down her cheeks. We all need you. My vision blurs. I ruined everything. The business deal, your father's company. We don't care about stupid business. Hanul sobs. We care about you. Mrs. Park appears in the doorway, eyes knowing. The boat leaves in 20 minutes. But maybe, you should talk to him first. I can't face him. He's on the beach. Where you first met the children. She gives me a gentle push. Go. Jihoon stands at the waterline, hands in pockets, staring at the horizon. The sunset paints him gold and shadow. He looks exhausted. Beautiful. Broken. The twins sent you, he says without turning. They're persistent. Like their father. Stubborn. There's a difference. I move closer, bare feet sinking into sand. Jihoon, I'm so sorry. The merger, everything you worked for. Stop. He finally looks at me. His eyes are red-rimmed. Do you know what my late spouse told me before they died? I shake my head, throat tight. They said I'd become a machine. All work, no life. They made me promise I'd find something that mattered more than profit. His voice cracks. I failed them. Until a ridiculous Omega washed up on my beach and reminded me what actually matters. Your company will survive. My board is angry, but they'll adapt. He takes a step closer. This morning, I got a call. Lee Minho, my old college friend. He runs Quantum Tech, heard what happened at the dinner. My stomach drops. Oh God, is he angry too? He offered a better merger. Said any CEO who values people over profit is someone he wants to partner with. Jihoon laughs, broken and beautiful. We'll make more than we would have with Choi. All because I finally did the right thing. I can't breathe. You're okay? Financially? Better than okay. He closes the distance between us. Emotionally? I'm terrified because I let you think this was fake when it stopped being fake weeks ago. My heart hammers. What? The coffee I brought you every morning. The way I memorized how you take your tea. Watching you with my children and feeling my heart restart after 2 years of numbness. His hands cup my face, gentle, trembling. I love you, Lee Minho. Not because of some contract. Not because you're convenient. Because you're chaotic and honest, and you make my children laugh, and you see beauty in rust, and you challenged me to be human again. Tears stream down my face. You're such an idiot. I know. You lied about the boats. I know. You made me fall in love with you while I thought it was all pretend. His breath catches. You love me? Of course I love you. I'm laughing and crying simultaneously. You're controlling and emotionally constipated, and you build structurally perfect blanket forts, and somehow that's exactly what I need. Say it again. His voice is desperate. I love you, Kang Jihoon. He kisses me. It's nothing like I imagined. It's soft and desperate and tastes like salt from our tears and feels like coming home. His hands are in my hair, mine fisted in his shirt, and somewhere in the distance I hear twin voices screaming, finally. We break apart, foreheads pressed together. They're watching, aren't they? I whisper. Definitely. Probably recording. Your children are menaces. Our children, he corrects softly. If you'll stay. Really stay. Not for money, not for contracts. Just because you want to. I pull back enough to see his face. Vulnerable, hopeful, terrified. I need to go back to Seoul, I say. Pain flashes in his eyes. Oh. To pack my apartment. Sell my furniture. Tell my terrible agent he's fired. I smile through tears. Because I'm moving to a private island with a billionaire and his ridiculous twins. The smile that breaks across Jihoon's face could power the sun. 3 months later, my photography exhibition opens in Seoul's most prestigious gallery. The collection is called Shipwrecked, images of the island, the twins, quiet moments of domestic chaos. And one photo of Jihoon, unguarded, watching his children play. Love written in every line of his face. You made me look almost human, he murmurs, arm around my waist. You are human. Just took some work to find it. Minho. Papa. Look at all the people. Hanul bounces excitedly in his tiny suit. Are you famous now? Bile asks seriously. He's always been famous to us, Jihoon says, pressing a kiss to my temple. My mother corners us by the refreshments. I still don't believe this is real. My son, the billionaire's Omega? Believe it, Amma. She studies Jihoon with a mother's scrutiny. You heard him, I don't care how much money you have. Understood, ma'am. Jihoon bows respectfully. Though he's far more likely to hurt me. He's frighteningly competent with a camera tripod. It was one time. I protest. And you deserved it for reorganizing my equipment. My mother laughs. Oh, you'll fit right in. Later, after the crowds thin, Jihoon gives a speech. 2 years ago, I forgot how to live. Then a storm brought me the most chaotic, beautiful gift imaginable. His eyes find mine. Minho crashed into our lives and reminded us that some things can't be scheduled or controlled. Love is messy. Family is complicated, and sometimes the best things come from disasters. The crowd applauds. The twins cheer. I'm definitely crying again. He's talking about you being a disaster, Bile whispers helpfully. I know, sweetheart. But you're our disaster now, Hanul adds, grabbing my hand. Jihoon takes my other hand. So? Ready to go home? Not Seoul. Not my cramped apartment. Home is an island, a too-big house, 2 chaotic children, and an alpha who finally learned to smile. Ready, I breathe. 6 months after the shipwreck. I'm photographing the twins building sandcastles when Jihoon joins us, loosening his tie. Done with calls? I ask. Told them I'm unreachable for the rest of the day. Family time. The twins cheer. I capture the moment. Hanul dumping sand on his father's expensive shoes, Bile's delighted laugh, Jihoon's genuine smile. Miho, Bile asks carefully. Can we call you Minpa? My camera lowers. What? Miho Papa. Minpa. She looks nervous. If you want. I look at Jihoon. He nods, eyes suspiciously bright. I'd be honored, I whisper. They crash into me, sandy and perfect. Jihoon wraps around all of us, this beautiful disaster of a family. My camera's timer clicks. The final photo, for people on a beach, tangled together, laughing at the chaos. Underneath, Jihoon later writes, our beautiful shipwreck. Worth every storm.